Calvin Castine, off camera right now, and on camera we have Pastor Al Johnson from the Mooers United Methodist Congregation, Church, Pastor, whatever. And we're here at the church on this is Wednesday the 9th, and I got an email from Pastor Johnson maybe a couple days ago, telling us about an event that's going to take place on Thanksgiving. So I'll let Pastor Johnson tell us about that.
Thank you, Calvin. For many years in Mooers, Barbara and Richard Bushy instituted a free community Thanksgiving meal. And this year they're retiring from that. And I got a call from my colleague, Father Serank, informing me that it would not be happening. And then about a day or two later, an elderly couple pulled into the driveway of the rectory, and they were just so disappointed about not having a community meal that it really struck my wife, Dee, and she said, "It's too bad we can't do something." And she came up with an inspirational idea of, why don't we see if we can get families to cook a whole meal, bring it to the church, and then we would put it together and serve it to those that otherwise wouldn't have a Thanksgiving meal. So we put out a request on the internet and on Facebook on Saturday, and by Monday we had 15 families and units who were able to do that. We have had support from the St. Anne's and St. Joseph's Parish, our own parish, and also the school community. My wife is the media specialist at Northeastern, and the school community responded enthusiastically.
Okay, so there will be a free Thanksgiving meal. I know from your email that you said that many of those are to go, but if they decide to eat in, where will that meal take place?
That would be here at 12 East Street in Mooers, New York, adjacent to the old post office. And by the one blinking light in Mooers, you proceed east on the short dead end, and you can't miss us. And if someone does want takeout, they can call the Catholic Rectory 236-5632 or our office 236-7129, and we will arrange for delivery. Yes, particularly in the Moores and Moores Forks area, but we would try to accommodate residents of the greater northeastern Clinton area, and the meal will be served here at noon.
Was that downstairs here in the church?
Correct.
Okay. You have a dining area below us, right?
We do. We are not, some churches have a large cooking tradition. Mm-hmm. We have not been a parish that has done that for hundreds of years, but we do have a kitchen, and we do have seating for 50 plus people, and we welcome anyone.
Reservations appreciated?
Reservations, yes, are very much appreciated, and again, you can do that by calling 236-7129 or 236-5632, the Catholic Rectory who's participating with us. You could also email, if you're so inclined, mooresumc@yahoo.com.
Okay. The hours that the people dining in, or the people looking for the pickup or the delivery, the hours?
Sure. Folks that are cooking the turkey and gravy, string beans and pies will be delivering it around 10:30. We'll promptly package that in takeout containers, and folks will deliver it shortly thereafter, and the sit-down meal will be at noon.
Okay, so if you're coming here for that meal, then don't show up at 1 o'clock. You might just be on the a little too late.
That's correct. You wouldn't want to come at 1 o'clock. I'm sure the folks that are helping out that day will want to be able to be with their own families, right, and enjoy a Thanksgiving meal. So it will be promptly at noon.
Okay, so this is an ecumenical endeavor, obviously, and as it has been in the past. Is that right?
Correct. It was very nice of Dick and Barb Bushy to institute this meal about 5 years ago. It has grown to serving about 125 people. They also do many meals at St. Anne's, their harvest dinner, and I believe they just felt it was time to retire this year. And it has grown to serving about 125, primarily takeout, and working in conjunction with Father Serenk and our friends at St. Anne's, and the inspiration of my partner in life, my wife, we made a go of it.
Well, this is certainly an ambitious endeavor. We're talking about people who might be looking for this meal. How about people who might want to contribute?
We're pretty well set with the 15 to 17 people that are cooking right now. If you would like to come that morning and help with the redistribution of the meals that would be put in, or with the home delivery, that would be very much appreciated.
But you don't need anybody to donate a pumpkin pie or anything like that?
Well, I'm sure we could, if someone wants to make an extra pie, I mean, we can help folks that come in maybe as a family. We can have them take a pie home. But we're definitely looking for items that are ready to go. We're not looking for a frozen turkey.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so people, but if people are interested, they could contact you and you could tell them, what you need or what you don't need, and they can go from there, right?
Correct. So basically those 15 families or units, and some families have worked together, so maybe somebody's doing the vegetables and somebody else doing the potato and doing the turkey, but we have that basically covered. But some extra.
And the food too. The food is covered.
The food is basically all covered, but if someone wants an extra pie, I'm sure a family wouldn't mind taking one of them home.
Okay. Now this little thing we're doing right now will be shown by more than just people in the greater northeastern area. We venture as far as Ellenburg Center and over to Rouse's Point and into Scioto and Altona. I would assume that if somebody's really in need, you're not going to...
Right, we're not going to be checking driver's license at the door.
You don't need to have an ID.
If you come, you'll be graciously served a meal.
Okay.
If you request takeout to Plattsburgh, that might be an issue.
That might be a problem, yeah.
But I'm sure that probably Ellenburg or Rouse's Point will hopefully be able to accommodate.
Okay, and there's no criteria. You don't have to show that you have a need. If you say obviously people contacting this will be people that that need it, so they don't have to show anything.
The way that it was always done by Dick and Barb Bushy, and the way it'll always be done by us, is according to how we see Jesus working in the world, and he didn't ask for your financial statement before you helped anyone.
That's right.
And in keeping with the love of Christ in the world and spreading that, we will not be asking for financial statements before helping someone.
Okay, so anybody that would like to take part in this, some people just, people getting Meals on Wheels just aren't capable of preparing a meal anymore. It's just, so this is a very nice gesture and a very timely one, obviously. Hopefully the weatherman will help. And
if it was a day like today, it would be awesome.
It's a 60-degree day here in early November, and we don't get a lot of those. Anything else on that, Pastor?
I believe that covers it. Calvin, we appreciate your interest, and Hometown Cable is always there for the community, and your willingness to come up and help us get the word out and help those that may be in need.
Okay, and before we go, though, I want to do a little more background on you. On the way down here, I'm saying I know Al Johnson for several years now, but I don't know if it's Aloysius or Albert or what the Al is part of.
Well, your second guess is correct. It's Albert, and named after my dad. He was Albert E, and I am Albert W. And
I know you're married to a local girl here. How long have you been here in Mooers?
I've been in the Mooers Parish. This will start my 11th year. And I was married when I came to Mooers. Unfortunately, my spouse passed away at a fairly young age. And I met someone from the parish, and you have to be very careful about that because there are clergy boundaries. But it worked out well, and it is permissible in our conference or our diocese if you abide by certain rules. And we've been very blessed and been married for 6 years, and we have a 4-year-old. I also have a 30-year-old and 40-year-olds adopted children, so life is quite interesting.
30 and 40-year-old adopted children.
30 is my own. The 40s are adopted.
Okay, because
Not quite old enough to have the 40-year-old. It's borderline. Yeah.
I was going to ask for your Grecian formula.
Yeah. That's one of the mysteries of faith.
Now, are you still were you involved with the Chateauguay parish, or I know you're involved with more than
Yes,
just...
like many denominations, there's a shortage of clergy, and the pastor of the Chateauguay and Brainersville churches left unexpectedly in September of 2009. An opportunity opened up in Florida for her spouse and her family. So that was offered. I'm called a coordinating pastor. I take care of sacraments in Chateauguay and Brainersville and administrate the parish and serve with a certified lay minister from Mooers, Cora Smith, who also happens to be my mother-in-law.
So between the two of you handle services over there?
Correct. She speaks there most Sundays. I go once a month to serve communion
Okay.
and be my mother-in-law's boss.
Whereabouts is that church? In Brainersville or is it Chateauguay? Or
There's two churches.
Oh.
Brainersville is on the western end of 190.
Uh-huh.
And if you're leaving Ellenburg, couldn't miss it as you come into Brainersville. The Chateauguay United Methodist Church is on Church Street, 1 block south of Route 11.
So you have to go to both churches?
Yes.
So there's 3 churches you have to take care of every Sunday then. That's a lot of work.
Correct, but Cora handles them most Sunday. And she didn't get the job because she's my mother-in-law. She got the job because she's a certified lay minister. One of the few of a new designation, roughly similar to a deacon in the Roman Catholic tradition.
Okay. All right. Anything else that I can inquire about you that people out here should know?
Well, we are having this Sunday, November 11th, 13th, November 13th, a free turkey and biscuit meal at noon. And we moved our hour of worship to 11. Normally we meet at 9:30. And we're having a guest speaker, Reverend Marty Connor, and a guest organist, Eugene Tenario from...
I saw him in the Three Steeples.
Yes, he's well worth the price of admission. And we're having that special service followed by a free lunch, and if anyone would like to participate in that, you're invited to do so.
And that's ecumenical too, right?
Of course, yeah. I'm happy for the ecumenical spirit that exists in Mooers, and Father Serenk and I collaborate on many things, as do with the other local churches, and for that part, in Champlain and Rouse's Point, and Father Dalbell recently sent an email about the ecumenical Thanksgiving service that'll be coming up on November 22nd.
The Tuesday before?
Tuesday before at Rouse's Point Presbyterian.
Is that Rouse's Point Presbyterian?
Yes.
Okay. I thought our bulletin said it was going to be at St. Mary's, so maybe they moved it.
Father Dalbell sent an email about that just recently, and,
all right.
and it's at Rouse's Point Presbyterian, and the pastor there, Reverend Dodd, will be presenting the homily.
Okay, so I guess I'll have to rearrange my calendar there. I think all I had was the time, and I thought it was at St. Mary's, so I guess I'll change that. I'm glad I talked to you.
Okay.
I would have been sitting at St. Mary's all by myself.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to sing in the choir for that ecumenical Thanksgiving service, they're asked to be there at 6 on Tuesday night, November 22nd.
All right. Thank you, Pastor Al. Anything else?
No, again, we appreciate all the commitment of Hometown Cable to the community.
Okay, and once again, our main reason to talk with Pastor Al is because of the free meal available, Thanksgiving Day meal, and if people need information on that, the contacts are, one final time,
236-7129, 236-5632, or email mooresumc@yahoo.com.
All right, thank you.